Well, it looks like I forgot to record, didn't I? Nice try on my end. All right, guys. I think we are back to the farm. Hold on one second. Gonna get everything sorted. All right, now that you guys have seen a little bit around the farm, how about we go straight to Michael and Christy? Where are we at today, Michael and Christy? Give us a short intro of yourself and tell us what we're looking at.
Well, hey, we're coming at you live from the finishing barn here at Springer Family Farms. So right now we're in a pen of piggies that is about 10 weeks old, and they weigh about 70 pounds each. So when the piggies are born on the video, I told you they weigh about 3 pounds. And when they leave to go to market, they weigh about 300 pounds. So that's a lot of weight that they're putting on in that short period of time of 6 months.
You were in his way and he pushed you out of the way to get to the feet.
Well, I know. Well,
Yeah.
that must be his.
That's his hole.
That's his hole. That's
Yeah.
where he likes to sit. So
Yeah.
this is, we were talking earlier about how Michael was saying how pigs like to go to the same spot in the feeder to eat. Like we sit at the same chair at our dining room tables. They like to go to the same little cubby to have their 24/7 piggy buffet. So, that obviously was in that piggy's spot. So he gently moves me away. Yeah.
So I'm Michael and I'm a third generation farmer. My grandfather started raising pigs in the late 1950s, and we've continued our operation all those years. So we have about 45,000 pigs. We have about 8,000 pigs on this farm that we're on today. Christy and I actually live here right next to these barns. So this is our home, and it's a beautiful day in Southeast Kansas. We have the curtains wide open and getting some fresh air. And these guys just got up from their nap, and obviously I'm in the way.
They're hungry. They're trying, and we're also wearing boots that they like to try and nibble on, see what they taste like. But yeah. Hey.
Well, that is awesome. Well, thanks for giving us a little intro there, guys.
Yeah.
So what are we looking at those big metal bins right there?
Well, this is the feeder. So this is the 24-hour a day pig buffet. So they eat a diet that's made of corn, soybeans, and vitamins and minerals that we mix at our feed mill. This is between 75 and 80% corn, and then the soybean meal is used for protein. So the feed comes into the barn down this pipe. Inside this pipe is the world's longest slinky, and it carries the grain and dumps it down through this drop pipe and fills the feeder. Cool little computer on the end that runs it every hour and a half to keep the feeders full, because we don't ever want our piggies to be without feed. So they walk up to this. Oh, one of them just did it. So they walk up.
Is there a code there?
Are we doing okay?
Oh yeah, you're good. I think we just had someone unmute for a second. You're good. Keep rolling.
Pigs come up to this tray and they pull the feed off, and then there's water nipples down here. They mix it with water so they can eat and drink at the same time. So
it's called a wet dry feeder.
Wet dry feeder, yes.
Very cool.
They like it the consistency of like oatmeal.
This guy here, he likes his food so much he's climbed in the feeder to eat.
That would probably be me if I was a pig. I really like oatmeal.
So
well, very good. Very good. Well, how about, I see some slats, or what's that in the floor? Why do you have lines in the floor?
Yeah, well, you know, what goes in must come out. So this this is called a slatted floor. And so when the pigs pee or poop, it goes down into the slat, into the pit below this room, and then it's pumped out to our lagoon, and then we pump that out to put fertilizer on our fields. So the farmers are the original recyclers, and so we're pumping that out onto the
somebody was in the wrong feeder spot.
Being on the playground around here at school. It's kind of noisy sometimes. But anyway, so we use the fertilizer to fertilize the pee and the poop to fertilize the fields of corn and soybeans so that we can use that to feed the pigs. So the farmers are like the original recyclers.
That's really cool. Very cool.
Even have corn growing out here south of the barn.
That's cool. Very cool. And then, earlier we talked about how the windows works and that it looks like that you've got windows where the pigs can look outside the barns, but did you say something about curtains in our earlier farm tours?
Yeah, well, it's not exactly for the purpose of looking outside, but I guess you can say that. But so this building is curtain sided. Those raise up and down to let air into the building. So the building has these gray boxes on the ceiling called air inlets, and the fans draw air into the room. And then as the barn warms up, then these curtains open to make it so the same temperature in here as it is outside. Because we can maintain, one of the reasons that we like to have pigs in barns is so that we can give them their optimal temperature. And the ideal temperature for these guys is 72 degrees right now, and it's 72 degrees outside. So the curtains open, and we're just like hanging outside, but we're in the shade.
Nice. Very nice.
They're
Well,
just
I
not
think
as our living room curtains.
Yeah, exactly.
Put some of this up in the house, and it didn't go well for me.
Well, would we have a class or two that would want to unmute and ask a question to the farmer?
We love questions.
Yeah.
Michael
guys-
really likes math questions if you can give him a math question.
Oh yeah, he does like math questions. He's our resident pig math expert.
Yeah. Yes.
Boy, this okay.
Yeah.
Oh, Miss Morris's class.
Hi.
And Russell. great to see you guys.
Our question was, how far can pigs smell?
Oh, that's a
How hard can pigs smell?
Yes, this is what the kiddos came up with.
That's all yours. You can do that.
Okay.
I don't know. No, but
Oh.
I do know. I knew to know they have a pretty strong sense of smell. Pigs have very poor vision. They're very nearsighted, and they don't see. They have a lot of blind spots because of the way their head's shaped. But what the pig's sense that's really strong is their hearing. They're very sensitive to noise. They also make a lot of noise when you hold them.
They do make a lot of noise. That's
Yeah.
funny.
Yeah.
So do you remember when we learned something about pigs and electricity? Do you remember what that was about? Remember the thing up at Fair Oaks Farm? They talked about how pigs were very sensitive to electricity.
Oh, very sensitive to stray voltage. Yes.
Ah, well, very interesting. I consulted Dr. Google quickly for us because now I am also curious. Now, I believe these are about wild hogs. So I
Well,
don't.
we went to town earlier, and I think the people around us could sense that we smelled like pigs.
No, nobody sat near us in the restaurant.
So it says that pigs have a keen sense of smell and can detect odors from up to 5 to 7 miles away, and
Wow.
even as deep as 25 feet underground. Now, that is a Google answer, not a farmer answer, and we always trust our farmers the most, right?
Okay.
We'll be prepared for that answer next time.
That's right. Thank you,
Or
Mrs.
question
Moore,
next time.
class. Who's next? Who wants to unmute and ask a question?
So you're from Onega. I'm from
Onega.
Yes.
How many pigs are in one of the
units.
stalls?
Great question, Onega, Miss Ferber's class. So I think what we've got, let's kind of talk about this in a couple different ways, Michael and Christy. How many are in the pen that you're in? How many can you hold in the barn? And then how many are on your farm?
Okay.
Well, there's 75 in this pen, and this barn is designed to house the pig until they get to market. So they'll have a lot less space when they weigh 300 pounds than they do now when they weigh 70. But the research shows that they need about 8 square feet per pig. So um, the barn here that we're in holds 600, and the farm that we're on is about 8,000 pigs.
So that's why Michael's our resident mathematician.
I give him questions.
Exactly. Great question, Onega. Next classroom. No, yeah. Feel free to type in the chat too if unmuting doesn't fit you guys. And if we don't get another question, we'll just keep talking. I love all the hands and the waving. Yeah. Oh, I think I see Cottonwood. Oh, I think you're muted still, or we can't hear you for some reason.
I know that it would be too.
Oh, still don't quite hear you, Cottonwood Elementary. If you wanted to type in
Okay.
your questions, we could totally answer it there. And then Garfield, first grade, do you guys have a question? Oh, I see someone come into the. I see lots of hands up at Garfield first grade, guys. Be ready for a good one.
Hey. What was the question earlier about feed? How much feed do we,
And make it our feed now.
yeah.
All right.
Oh, does your pigs have names?
Good question.
Oh, that is a good question. You know, we don't name all our piggies just because we have so many and my memory's not that good. But we do have some favorites. We had an employee that she liked to name the pigs all after types of cars. So she had a Cadillac and she had a what was some of the others she had? Buick and
The Yugo.
yeah, the Yugo. She had some cute names, and then we had one employee that she named all the mama sows. She called all the mama sows Cinderella.
Cinderella. Oh, that's good. All right, we've got a couple questions. We've got a couple questions. Cottonwood Elementary asked, do these piggies turn into pork? And what are their byproducts?
Oh, great question. So yes, that's what we're doing. These pigs are raised to make food for the world. So we have, who likes pepperoni or sausage on their pizza? So these pigs, we will get bacon, we'll get pork chops, we'll get sausage, pepperoni, baby back ribs, what else do we like? Bacon, yes, bacon. So all those things are turned into feed or food to feed the world. And then the byproducts are used for different things. So like pig's hair can be used for hair brushes. Their body parts are used for parts and
Human health.
yeah,
Hearts
human health.
and kidneys.
Yes, hearts and kidneys. Makeup.
Footballs.
Yes, footballs. So yes.
Figures.
Oh yeah. Yes.
Does anyone ever buy a pig ear for their dog to eat? I do.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's a favorite at our house.
Yeah. All right.
That's what
So
Christy feeds me.
how about How about answering a couple questions here? How many piglets does a mom normally have? And then how many piglets has a mom like that had the most piglets on your farm have?
Ooh, that's a good one.
Well, they have between 13 and 15 pigs. So my canned answer is 14. But we've seen litters as big as 22.
Wow. Wow, that was
That's
that
a
question.
lot of
from
piggies.
Omega, Miss
That's a
Ferber.
lot of little rugrats in the pen with you.
What if you guys had 22, 24? What'd you say? 22.
22 piglets at
What
one
if you guys
time.
had, yeah, 22 brothers and sisters? Would you guys want 22 brothers and sisters? That would be
I
probably
thought
a lot.
twins or triplets was bad.
Exactly. Okay, we got a great question for Mrs. Morris's class, or Mr. Morris, I'm sorry. Let me see. Yes, Mrs. Morris. How do you take care of a sick pig?
Oh, good question. So we take care of that just like your parents would take care of you if you were sick. So you'll notice that the pigs are kind of all laying together in the pen, right? Pigs are so very social animals. They like to pile, hog pile on top of each other. So when we go through the barns about 2 to 3 times a day, we're looking for that. We're making sure that they're being very social. And we notice like if they're not, then we're going to go check that pig out and we're going to see if it's not feeling well, or maybe somehow it got an injury or something. And anyway, so if we can't figure out what's wrong with it, we're going to call our swine veterinarian, just like your parents would call your doctor. And we're going to say, hey, we've got this pig and this is what's going on. How should we treat it? And we're going to follow that veterinarian's orders and do what they recommend to get that sick piggy doing better and more social. So as you can see, they don't practice social distancing. So
They think you're a tasty snack.
tasty. They really, really like these boots.
This guy here, he just, oh, it's my turn now.
They're very curious. They're very intelligent animals. So they're just like I to have too many like cute little tabs coming off of them. So they think they're just intrigued with that. So yeah.
Funny. And then remind us again, how many piglets, Onega, Miss Ferber's class, do you guys have on the farm? Like maybe how many do you birth on the farm annually?
Oh, so how many piglets are born a week on our farm?
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
About 2,500 pigs are born a week on our farm.
And does that mean like 2,500 pigs are being shipped off to market then?
No. Well, they go to market at different times.
Okay.
So yeah.
Yeah. And how many piggies are going to market every week?
About 1,800.
Okay. So yeah. But we have piggies being born every day on our farm because we have 3,400 mama sows.
Yep.
So yeah, so if we want to go hold a newborn piggy, we can do that every day. So
Very cool.
things you can't pick up because they weigh 70 pounds.
You're gonna be skiing before long.
I know. I know.
Like a rib.
They're super friendly today.
They do look friendly. Well, we've got a couple more minutes for a couple questions. Jancy, if you've got anything that maybe we haven't covered, or if you guys are thinking about anything that you think you ought to cover. Any questions, any additional questions from classrooms? I could always ask a few questions too. How about, you know what? Talk to us about what the day in the life of a pig farmer looks like.
I'll let you do that.
Oh, well, every day is different, but we have all kinds of jobs on our farm. We have people who take care of the pigs, make sure they have feed in the water, and doctor the pigs and do anything that the pigs need. We have people that make the feed for the pigs. This morning when we got here to do our first class, we were getting a delivery of feed from our feed mill. We have people that move the pigs, like load them on the trucks to take them to market, or we've got guys that are moving pigs into the room next to us from the nursery to the finishing. We have people that birth the babies. We have people that breed the sows. We have people that work at our office that do administrative work and keep all the records and pay all the bills. And then we have people that do repair work, because let me tell you what, the pigs have three things to do. That's eat, sleep, and frustrate the person that works, or the person that takes care of them. And they love to tear up equipment. So there's always something to work on a pig farm.
And we go through lots of boots on the farm.
Yes,
too.
lots of boots, take lots of showers,
Lots of laundry.
lots of laundry.
We have truck drivers
We have truck drivers that haul the pigs.
that
Yeah.
haul the piggies to market. What else do we have?
So-
We have the guys that work in the tractors that plant the corn
Yeah.
and the soybeans to feed the pigs.
So the day in the life of a pig farmer, well, it depends on what your job is, but for my life, I spend a little bit of time in the office. I help do a lot of repair work, and I go around and visit the farms and try to help my people with solving their problems and help them make sure everybody's doing their job. And just I plan all the flow. I plan when the pigs move from into the nursery, and I plan when they move into the finishing, and I have to plan the marketing. Probably one of my favorite jobs is the marketing part, scheduling the trucks and getting the pigs to the right place and getting the pigs priced and all that. So
Very cool. Very, very cool. I think we'll wrap up with one question, then maybe we'll do some goodbye waves. Tell us a little bit, sometimes we see pigs that live outside, and then these are raised in barns. So tell us why you would raise your pigs in barns.
well, because we can protect them from predators, and because we can keep them healthier, because we can control the environment. So they're much more comfortable, healthier, and they have everything they need when they're in an indoor barn like this.
You know,
So it's
those weeks where we go from, it's snowing and you're wearing your heaviest coat to school. By the end of the week, you're in shorts and it's hot. That's what we can control. We can control the temperature and the environment in here. Because the curtains, everything's controlled by computers in here. So as the temperature, gets colder, the curtains are going up. And as the temperature gets hotter, the curtains are coming down. So it stays a constant temperature in those buildings. And we can, protect them from any, like you said, any predators like coyotes and things like that.
Excellent. Excellent. I believe I'm getting a call from a Liberal, Kansas. I bet it's one of our teachers. How about I will put you guys on mute. You guys start waving bye to each other. I'm going to grab this real quick.
Well,
Yeah, if
thanks for
everybody wants
visiting
to
us
give a
today.
big wave and a thank you to our pig farmers.
Thanks for visiting us today.
Thank you guys all so much for joining us. We hope you guys all have a porktastic Monday. Those hats are looking great. You guys match. Christy and Michael might take you on the farm. So
I know. We need those hats.
thank you guys.